Question number 142. Dr. Nalin Soren. Dr. Nalin Soren. Okay. Dr. Nalin Soren. Dr. Nalin Soren. Question number Nalin Soren. और क्वेश्चन
माननीय संस्कृति मंत्री से पूछना।
Honorable Speaker, sir, I would like to know from the Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism that there are a lot of
Honorable member, please.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, माननीय सदस्य ने मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूं कि उन्होंने
एक मिनट
देश की ऐसी ऐतिहासिक महत्व की धरोहरों के संरक्षण को लेकर के ये महत्वपूर्ण प्रश्न
आप सुनिए।
सदन के पटल पर देश के संज्ञान में लाने के लिए रखा है।
आपके माननीय सदस्य को मैं प्रश्न बोलने का मौका दिया, आप मंत्री जी का जवाब सुनो, लेकिन ये तरीका ठीक नहीं है आपका कि आप पीठ इच्छे करके मंत्री जी से नीचे सदन पे जवाब तलब करो। ऐसा नहीं कर सकते आप, ये गलत परंपरा है, ये गलत संसद की मर्यादाओं को उल्लंघन मत कीजिए। आप इस तरीके का ये आपका तरीका रवैया उचित नहीं है। प्लीज जाइए अपनी अपनी सीट पर, प्रश्नकाल सुनिए तो जाइए अपनी सीट पर। नो, चलिए।
माननीय सभापति महोदय, मैं सदन के देश की ओर से धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करना चाहता हूं माननीय सदस्य का कि उन्होंने इतने महत्वपूर्ण विषय पर प्रश्न
और आपने जो तरीका अपनाया ना, वो तरीका आप अगर अपनाएंगे तो मुझे कार्रवाई करनी पड़ेगी।
सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया
करके ठीक नहीं है ये।
जो भारत सरकार के संस्कृति मंत्रालय का उपक्रम है, आजादी के पहले से 1871 में जब इसकी स्थापना हुई उससे तब से लेकर के अब तक निरंतर ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण स्थानों के संरक्षण के लिए, उनके रखरखाव के लिए, आर्कियोलॉजिकल एक्सप्लोरेशंस एंड एक्सकेवेशंस के लिए निरंतर काम करता है। अभी देश में 3698 से इतनी साइट्स हैं जो एएसआई के अंतर्गत आती है और एएसआई लगातार ऐसी सारी ऐतिहासिक मूल्य की धरोहरों के संरक्षण के लिए निरंतर काम कर रहे हैं। माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया इन 3698 धरोहरों के संरक्षण के साथ साथ में ऐसे संभावित स्थान जहां हमारे ऐतिहासिक या प्रागैतिहासिक महत्व के स्थानों को आइडेंटिफाई किया जा सकता है, खोजा जा सकता है, जिससे हमारे ऐतिहासिक विरासत और उसकी कंटिन्यूटी पर और अधिक प्रामाणिक रूप से बात की जा सके। ऐसे एक्सकेवेशंस एंड एक्सप्लोरेशंस निरंतर करता है। इसके साथ साथ में मॉन्यूमेंट्स, टेम्पल्स और बिल्डिंग्स का सर्वे करना, एपिग्राफिक रिसर्च करना, आर्कियोलॉजी की ट्रेनिंग प्रदान करना, ऐसी इंपॉर्टेंट साइट्स में म्यूजियम्स की स्थापना करना और उनके साथ साथ में वर्ल्ड हेरिटेज लिस्ट में साइट्स को इंक्लूड कराने के लिए डॉसियर्स बना करके ऐसी साइट्स को बनाने के लिए, एनलिस्ट कराने के लिए, उनको एनक्रिप्ट कराने के लिए सारी व्यवस्थाओं को सुनिश्चित करना, इन सब विषयों पर निरंतर काम करते हैं। माननीय सदस्य ने जो प्रश्न किया है, निरंतर भारत सरकार के द्वारा उपलब्ध कराई गई राशि और बजटीय प्रावधान।
So the language row on day one in Parliament. Of course, the Education Minister did respond because it's the DMK MPs who are presently in the well of the House asking questions, and the questions are specific. Why did the central government stop funds which are meant for the state? Education Minister says that no such narrative is true and that no funds have been stopped. He went on to say that it is the Tamil Nadu government which is playing politics and is depriving the youth of Tamil Nadu of opportunities. What happened inside Parliament? Vasudha is right there. Vasudha, a quick update from you.
Well, Maria, what I understand is that the DMK MPs wanted to raise this issue, which is why when Tamilakshi Thangapandian, she is an MP of the DMK from the party. In fact, she comes from a very ideological background. Her family was one of the leading members of the Justice Party. In fact, her brother is the finance minister of the state. So clearly, this was a move to also raise this issue, which has become a political flashpoint between the Centre and the DMK. So when Tamilakshi Thangapandian started speaking, she basically raised 2 points. She said that she basically alleged that the Centre was stopping this PM Shri fund, and she said that this is a death knell on the spirit of cooperative federalism. She in fact asked the Centre if it is okay to do that, and the states will be penalized for not accepting a policy that has been mandated, to which Dharmendra Pradhan very sharply retorted, and he said that nothing of that sort has happened. In fact, 20 days are still left for March, and in fact, the government is ready to give a complete balance sheet of the funds that it has allocated to Tamil Nadu. In fact, he mentioned something that you also talked about in your interview with him, where he did say that Tamil Nadu at one point was ready to sign an MOU with the Centre on a variety of policy issues, but it was an afterthought by the DMK government. And Dharmendra Pradhan, the education minister, making it clear that this allegation that this was an afterthought and it was political opportunism by the DMK and not really something that would bode well for the welfare of the state. He said that this is the DMK trying to mislead people of the state, specifically the youth of the state. But remember, language issue, Maria, has been,
Okay, so this has played out inside Parliament, inside Lok Sabha to be specific. Let's listen into what really happened. When was that moment in which a DMK MP raised the question, and what was the retort which came in from the Education Minister?
Shri have been diverted to other states due to the state's opposition to NEP 2020. Sir, through you, I would like to raise concern which has been expressed by our Chief Minister through M.K. Stalin, that this is a death knell on cooperative federalism. And sir, through you, I would like to ask the Honourable Minister also, that is it right to use the financial allocation which is meant for actually spending the the school education children, is it right to use it as a revengeful tool against the state government, which is actually affecting the education of the school children? Sir,
What is your question, Honourable Member?
I would like to ask the union government through you, sir, that will it assure the parliament that no state will face fund cuts for rejecting a policy not mandated by law? Thank you, sir.
Honourable Minister.
Speaker, sir, today is 10th March. 20 more days are within March. The last date of the financial year of 2025 is up to 31st March. Government of India is open and ready. The kind of discussion we had with Tamil Nadu government in previous months, if they will, it's not that they are now, they have changed their stand. At one point of time, Tamil Nadu government has ready to sign an MOU with Government of India for accepting PM3. Few of my members, few of my MP colleagues came to see me. They came to the honourable member who raised the question. She also came to see me with honourable Education Minister of Tamil Nadu. They agreed. They went back. They have a U-turn. It is their problem. Let them come. And Government of India is open on this issue. Many more, Speaker sir, many more non-BJP states, especially Congress, Karnataka. Let me give the example. Karnataka is accepting the NEP and they have some reservation verbally on NEP, but they are implementing PM3. In Himachal, they are implementing PM3. Right now, my friend, Congress friend from Amritsar raised a question. It's a non-BJP ruled state. In the same Tamil Nadu state, Government of India is giving financial allocation to PM portion. They are dishonest, my dear friends, they are dishonest. They are not committed to Tamil Nadu students. They are ruining the future of Tamil Nadu students. Their only job is to raise language passion. They are doing politics. They are doing mischief. This is unfortunate in the federal state. They can't They put allegation against government of India. They are misleading nation. They are doing injustice. They are doing injustice to students of Tamil Nadu. They are ruining the future of Tamil Nadu students. They are not doing justice. They are undemocratic, uncivilized. They are undemocratic, uncivilized. They are devouring the right of Tamil Nadu students to have a pan-Indian education model. Government of India is ready and open. Let them come back. What they have promised. I can quote a date. On 15th March. 15th March, they have sent a MOU. Why they back out? Let them tell. Why they back out? My information, their chief minister was ready to accept that. Some super chief minister, some new person came up. My dear sister Kani Modi is here. Let's be honest to the people of Tamil Nadu. Let's be honest to the people of Tamil Nadu. She only came to me with few friends. He's the education minister, their education minister came to us. They are dishonest. This is unfortunate. This is unfortunate in democracy. They are trying to cover up their failure. They are trying to do politics. This is unfortunate, sir.